Okay, we can start with Phillies manager Rob Thomson. First question for Rob. Start here with Todd and we'll look back.
Rob, Nick said that he had a great time. Just the atmosphere today. Wondering what you thought of it.
That was fantastic. And what was the attendance?
53.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Really was. Atmosphere, energy level. It was great.
And then Bryce gets you on the board with the home run. Comes home, does the soccer slide right in front of you. You had no reaction. What were you thinking?
Just don't get hurt. He's a showman. He's a showman.
Go ahead, Scott.
It's kind of a ridiculous question, but like, do you almost expect him in spotlight, when the spotlight's on to do something spectacular at this point?
Yeah, he's done it so often that you do. You just sort of think, this is his time, And it doesn't always happen, but a lot. It happens. It's amazing.
Did it take one time through the order for guys to maybe get used to the background, or it seemed like there was a glare maybe out in the outfield, or did anyone say anything about
It was a little tough really early, but I don't know what it was in the fourth, but we had really good at bats, starting with Harp, and it was up and down the lineup, and Whit, that was a huge hit for Whit Merrifield. So he'll be back in there again tomorrow, and we'll see if we can keep building on it.
Corey and then Scott.
Guys, collectively in that fourth inning, a lot of batted around. Harper, what kind of jolt does that send into the dugout when an inning begins like that? JT lines out like 110 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Follows with that.
Yeah, it's because the first three innings it was just kind of blah, it was just, and maybe that was the background, maybe it was Mania, he was throwing the ball pretty well, so to get that home run and get the energy back in the dugout, it was huge.
And then with Whit, you said it was a big hit for him, obviously. What's made you want to stick with him through these struggles the first couple months? And
Just I know the player, and I know that a lot of times when guys come in here for the first time, it's tough to adjust because they want to do well for the fan base, they want to do well for their teammates. They know how much success we've had. They want to be, they want to help and put a little bit more pressure on themselves than they should, really. So, but I know the back of his baseball card says he's a good baseball player. So we got to try and do everything we can to get that.
And then there's obviously a lot of like funky stuff that can happen in a ballpark like this. It seems like a high run scoring environment. Kirkering comes in, takes you an inning and a third. What have you thought about him lately? 100 today.
Yeah, it was. 4 hitters, 3 punch outs. Comes in big spot against Lindor and gets a strikeout, and then goes through kind of the heart of the order. So his stuff has been really good. He's throwing his fastball more. I'm seeing some bottom to the sinker now. So yeah, he's been nails.
Straight back on the right.
Yeah, Rob, on the Bryce Harper celebration, did he discuss it with anyone? Did he tell anyone that it was
He
happening?
didn't discuss it with me, I'll tell you that. No, I don't know. I thought I heard him say something about, he thought about it in the training room early this morning if he hit a home run, but I thought I overheard that. That's not for sure.
And word on Ranger as well, he seemed to go really well today.
Yeah, he was good. Now, for whatever reason, we wanted to pull him back. He got to 89 pitches, I think, and we were trying to keep him at under 90 if we could and just kind of read it. But I thought the stuff wasn't quite as crisp as it's been, and the command wasn't quite there for whatever reason. I don't think it's the hand. I think it's more rust than anything. But he grinds and he battles and he fights and he figures a way out. So 10-1 with a below 2 ERA, you can't ask for more.
In the middle on the
I just wanted to follow up on Ranger a little bit more, just because if you look at obviously the history of this stadium and how it can often be a football school on the field when they play baseball sometimes, was it even more impressive that even when struggling he was still able to limit that damage?
Yeah, no doubt. He made pitches when he needed to, and that's big. But I think the cool weather helps this stadium keep the ball in the ballpark. So I don't think it was flying as much as I don't think it was flying as much as it was yesterday during batting practice during the day, and it was a little bit warmer yesterday, and certainly not like the last few series that have been here when it's been really warm. So, but he finds a way to get it done, and he makes pitches when he needs it. And I thought that at the time that Lindor had a couple of really good at-bats against him, so I thought that was, and he was at 89 pitches. I thought that was probably the right time to go to Kirk.
Down here on the right.
Hi, congratulations on the win. Bringing it back to Whit again for a second, is coming somewhere like here maybe helpful for the mentality of someone who is kind of struggling, that it is a neutral ground, it is a new place, you're away from home, you're away from an away ground as well?
Yeah, it could, I guess, absolutely. But there's a whole bunch of Philly fans here too, so it felt, like kind of like a home game again. So, but yeah, I see what you're talking about. Get into a neutral environment, and maybe that lets you relax a little bit. But I sort of saw the blood come back into his face after he hit the home run. Just kind of relax a little bit.
On the far left.
Yes, I was going to ask about Ranger Suarez. You've already covered him. It's a quick turnaround, so will all the players go straight to sleep, or there won't be any clubbing tonight, will there?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, our guys usually stay in the hotel anyway because everybody carries a camera with them all the time now with cell phones, so they usually don't get out in the public too much. But and I think still everybody's a little bit on Eastern Standard Time, and so I know that I'm pretty tired right now.
Take one more for Rob in the back row.
Rob, congratulations on the win. Baseball fans, Phillies fans, they know what Bryce Harper's all about, they know what he can do. But for UK fans, maybe some fans who are here for the first time watching a baseball game, can you just describe what kind of talent he is?
He is a superstar. People come to watch him play and watch him perform, and he understands that. So, and he's a perfectionist. I think Bryce feels like every time he goes to the plate, he should get a base hit, and if he doesn't, it upsets him. And that's what makes him great. The way he's transformed from the outfield to first base is unbelievable. It just tells you the athlete and the student of the game that he is, and the work ethic that he has. I couldn't imagine. I think somebody was saying it's the 15-year anniversary of him being on the cover of Sports Illustrated. At what age?
17.
Yeah. So, anybody else ever do that? I don't. So there's a lot of eyes on him, and he performs, and that's not many people can say that.
And to have that level of pressure on him every time he steps up to the plate, for him to deliver so often.
Yeah. That tells you a lot about his toughness, about his makeup. He's incredible. He really is. And we were talking earlier, in this environment, World Series, playoffs, All-Star game, whatever, where the spotlight's really bright, he tends to perform, and not many guys can say that.
Yeah, we can start with Bryce Harper, Whit Merrifield, the first question for these guys. Start in the middle here.
Hey Bryce, congrats on the win. Just wanted to start it off pretty light. What was the thought process into the walkout songs today?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for about a week now, just seeing what I wanted to do, and I thought I picked some pretty good ones.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. What did you make of the atmosphere out there? I mean, the place erupted when you hit that home run. That got to be a special feeling for you.
Yeah, it was fun. Being able to kind of put people on their feet and put joy in people, that's what it's all about. So being able to do that today was a lot of fun, and I thought as a team we did a great job of doing that, and I thought we all had a really good time out there.
Get back on the right side.
Bryce, tell us about the celebration. Where did that go?
Yeah, I didn't tell any of my teammates because I wanted them all to be pretty surprised. But I was in the training room this morning and talked to our trainers and told them, hey, if I go deep, I'm gonna do the soccer celebration. So I love the moment, love the opportunity, and was able to do it. So
I was gonna say you look pretty pumped up. Even when you was running the bases, you looked like you was really up for it today.
yeah, I mean, I kind of was just wondering if I was actually gonna do it when I got across home plate, because I've been talking about it. So I think my only fear was if I got caught on the turf, you know, with my knees, but didn't happen. So.
Rob was saying that he could almost see the blood come back into your face after your homer. Just a nice moment for you after some early season struggles. What did that moment feel like for you?
Yeah, it felt good to drive some runs in. Felt like I let the whole Premier League on base this past couple months, and yeah, finally made a good swing on a good pitch, and did something good for the team. So that's what I'm here to do. Haven't done a great job of that so far, but we are the best team in baseball. It's sort of an historic run, so it's a good time to be going through what I'm going through.
Do you hope that something like that can maybe get the ball rolling for you? I don't know if you felt that way about some other big hits you've had earlier this season or not.
Yeah, you always hope something like that can get you going. Felt good. I felt like I had a good at bat the last at bat against Ottavino. Kind of what I've been even more so than the home run, what I've been searching for is that's sort of my game, is taking that sinker and shooting it to right field. I know it wasn't out, but that was kind of what I was trying to do. So that was a good feeling. So yeah, you know, hopefully I can gain some momentum from that. And you know, there's a long season left, and really the season starts in October. So that's what the end goal is.
And what did you think of his slide?
I'm glad he didn't get caught in the turf like he was talking about. It was cool though. It was really
That's
cool.
what Rob said, the same thing. And Bryce, Rob just mentioned this. Today's the 15-year anniversary of you being on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 16. Were you aware of that?
I didn't know that. No.
Okay. I mean, is that think about how far you've come now? You're hitting home runs in London.
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
that pretty wild?
pretty cool seeing Verducci on the same field as well. You know, he's the one that wrote it and, you know, put me on the cover pretty much. So, man, what a long time ago that was.
The far left.
Yes, for Bryce, a couple of things. Were you aware your last couple of bats you were only a triple away from a cycle? And I don't want to be harsh or negative, but we know you're an aggressive player. Just talk about getting caught stealing at second base.
Yeah, I knew I was a triple away. Obviously, you know, wanted that last at bat. I thought JT put a good swing on that ball. Thought I was going to be in the gap, give me a chance. Didn't happen. But caught stealing. Guy was at 156 to the plate. Torrens made a good throw.
For either of you guys, what's the feeling like in the dugout when you guys are having plate appearance after plate appearance that are, you know, successful, like it was in that fourth inning? I know you talk about feeling like everybody can do it at any given time, but when it's actually happening like that.
It's just the Phillies. We're deep lineups 1 through 13 deep, not just 1 through 9. So it's almost an expectation with our offense, and when we do stuff like that, it was cool doing it here, you know, with the new atmosphere, different, unique atmosphere. A lot of Philly fans came here, but there's a lot of fans that aren't necessarily familiar with the game as much as Americans are. And to put on a good show for them, there's good energy going on today.
To the batter's eye, it seemed like there's a little bit of glare in center field. Did it affect you guys at all first time through the order?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a little rough. I mean, it felt like Pittsburgh. You know, Pittsburgh kind of gets that way with that backdrop. But I thought as the game went on, I thought it was pretty good.
Down the far left.
Hey Bryce, can you talk about the baseball bat you had today? I saw those custom bats were getting, you know, a lot more attention than some of the players during BP. So can you chat about like the process with that? You going to take the bat home, or and play with it out in America? Is it just for the series? Are you going to cherish it at home?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be for the series, these next 2 games. Talked to Victus, who's the bat company out of Philadelphia. They're actually out of King of Prussia. But we talked about it for a couple months, and they had some ideas, and I had some ideas, and we thought the Fanatic, you know, with a splash of English on there, would be pretty cool. So, yeah, I mean, the Bat King, that's his name. That's what he draws it up and does the stuff. So he does such a good job for us. And I thought a couple guys had some pretty cool stuff, and we were able to use them today. And I think that's the fun part of the game, you know, in these games is you can kind of do stuff like that, cleats, batting gloves, you know, arm sleeves, bats, whatever, you know, you kind of can do, and it just helps.
Bryce, the last few years you guys have been able to play on some pretty big stages, whether it's the postseason or coming over here.
how much do you enjoy that, you know, to be able to do your thing in front of, you know, as many people as possible and to do things like you did today?
Yeah, I think the Phillies, you know, I think just being able to have the moments, you know, I think we all enjoy doing those types of things. Obviously coming here and doing that, and, you know, Whit said it too, you know, being able to put on a good show and, you know, let them know the emotion of baseball and the fans of baseball. And, you know, I think Philadelphia and the fans in Philadelphia rival a football stadium, you know, the way it kind of electrifies you and the way you play and everything. So it's just so much fun to be able to kind of come over the pond and do this and be in front of a fan base. And I just feel like this team, you know, really just enjoys the moment, you know, enjoys doing it. And anytime we can be in those moments, you know, I think as a team we'll thrive.
Right.
Yeah, Bryce. First home run for the Phillies at the London series. How did that feel when you were rounding the bases? You fist pumped the air and you heard the roar of the crowd. And as you said, a lot of the fans, you know, maybe weren't Phillies fans and they were cheering. How did that feel as you were running?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, just be able to put us on the board and, you know, get that tie going. You know, I thought it kind of erupted that inning, and we kind of just, you know, another guy, was able to score 6 and get ahead in that inning. So just a lot of fun. I mean, as a team, you know, we thrive off, you know, each other and understanding next guy up. And it's a lot of fun to be able to be part of a team like that and a culture like that. And it's just, you know, I feel like that's just Philly baseball in the way we, you know, kind of play.
Both of you, like, a lot of fans today would have come maybe not supporting any baseball team. But today, seeing the way you played, seeing the home runs that were scored, seeing the hits and the plays, that maybe walk away from here thinking, I'm going to support the Phillies. How does that impact you when you play maybe tomorrow, or the way that you process the game that you played today?
Yeah, jump on the wagon. Come on. We'll take everybody. I don't care where you're from, who you are, what you do, man. I'll take anybody you got. So, you want to wear Philly stuff, you're part of our family, you're part of Philadelphia. Just make sure you show up.
Take one last one on the right side.
Bryce, do you actually remember what you yelled when you did the slide, and then when you go back in the dugout?
I just kind of just rawr. I mean, just excited. I was laughing because I looked at all my teammates and their faces were like, what is going on? And then everybody kind of understood. So yeah, they understand who I am. So it's good.
Okay, we can start with Ranger Suárez. First question for Ranger. Start with Corey down here.
Ranger, did it take you a little while to feel the command of your pitches, and like, what did you think was the key to kind of locking in after that first inning?
Tomó un poquito la verdad conseguir comando el picheo y cómo se sintió luego de conseguir ese comando después del primer inning.
Bien, tuve un poco guay hoy, pero pude hacer el ajuste, pude comandar mejor mis picheos y después me sentí bastante bien.
I was a little wild today with my pitches, but then I could adjust and could command my pitches better after that.
Your offense exploded in that fourth inning. Starts with the Harper homer. Just what was going through your mind as you go deep, and then that celebration outside the dugout?
Sí, la ofensiva explotó luego ese cuarto inning con el Harper, que está pasando por la mente de nosotros cuando la celebración y empezamos ahí a sacar.
No, es parte de, ¿cómo te digo? Los primeros 2-3 innings estuvimos un poco apagados, pero este equipo es así. En un inning otro te cambian el juego. Lo han hecho durante toda la temporada. Bastante contento por ello. Yo creo que han tenido tremendos turnos y yo creo que eso es lo que lo hace tener más confianza y en cualquier momento dar los batazos.
It's just a part of the game. During those first 2 or 3 innings, we were a little off, but then, as we can always do, this team can change the game in an inning, and I think that's what we've done throughout the whole season. I'm really happy for them. I think that they had tremendous at-bats today, and I think that only helps us build trust and confidence in knowing that we can do that at any given time.
Ranger, you're a huge soccer fan. You've seen a lot of soccer celebrations. How does Bryce's soccer slide compare to the ones you've seen?
No, icónica. Obviamente no se ve mucho por una celebración de esa. Me gustó bastante, fue bastante agradable.
It was iconic, obviously. In our game, we don't see those kinds of celebration. So I liked it a lot, and it was great.
And then what did Caleb, when he came out to the mound and talked to you in the first inning, what did he kind of say? Because you did seem to maybe settle in a little bit after that.
No, solo fue a hablar conmigo, a darme un poco de descanso, de pensar mejor los lanzamientos, y me ayudó bastante. Son parte del juego, para eso está él ahí. Cuando él ve algo así extraño en cualquier lanzador, él va y te ayuda a estar mejor.
He just went out to talk to me and to give me a moment of rest, and he just told me to think better before deciding on what pitch we were going to go after. And that helped me a lot, and that's a part of the game. Whenever he sees that something's odd with one of our pitchers, he'll just go out and help us build that confidence again.
And the hand didn't bother you, right? Or,
no.
Okay.
Staying here on the right. Third row.
Ranger, tú has sido uno de los mejores lanzadores en este 2024. ¿Qué significa para ti comandar esa rotación de los Phillies de Filadelfia, que ha sido uno de los mejores conjuntos en todo el béisbol? Y también háblanos, ya que hablaron de la celebración de soccer, ¿cuál es tu equipo favorito en el soccer?
No, verla, lo que está diciendo, verla, por lo menos ver a Wheeler pichando, a Nola, a Sánchez, a Walker. Entonces cuando ellos tienen tremendas salidas, tú te contagias a eso. Entonces yo creo que eso es lo que nos está ayudando bastante ahora mismo. Y en cambio, soy fanático de Barcelona.
So the question was, Ranger, you've been one of the best pitchers this year. What does it feel like to command or be a part of such a strong rotation, one of the best of the year so far? And also, which is, knowing that you're a baseball, soccer fan, what's your favorite team? And the answer is, seeing Wheeler, Nola, Sanchi, and Walker, when they have tremendous outings, it's just, that's contagious. And I think that's what helped us throughout the season, and what is helping us right now. And I'm a FC Barcelona fan.
I know players think kind of day by day or game by game, but with 10 wins now and not quite halfway through the season, is anywhere in your mind, or are you thinking about maybe trying to hit 20 wins?
Siempre que va a empezar una temporada, siempre me hago metas. Obviamente tú como lanzador quieres tener la mayor cantidad de victorias que puedas, pero mira, por ahora celebro lo que el equipo está haciendo y no meterme tanta presión en que 10 ganados o esas cosas, solo trato de disfrutar y veremos qué pasa.
Always, when you're gonna have, closing to the start of the season, you always set goals for yourself, and obviously as a pitcher, you want to win as many games as you can possibly do on a season. So, but on the other hand, I don't try to pressure myself too much with those things. I'm just trying to celebrate what the team is doing right now and enjoying my game and just seeing what happens.
Far left, second row.
Yes, Ranger, a sweet win, of course, today here in London, and 20 would be a magic number. Do you feel like you're having the best season of your professional career in baseball?
Sí, gracias. Sí, por ahora estoy teniendo tremenda temporada, pero todo eso se lo debo al equipo. Ofensivamente, defensivamente, lo que ellos hacen cuando estoy lanzando o cuando cualquier pitch está lanzando, es agradable. Como dije, te contagias, quieres llevar el juego lo más alto posible para que el equipo pueda ganar.
First of all, thank you for that. And yeah, I think that right now I'm having a tremendous season, but I owe my team for that. I have to give credit for them, what we're doing both offensively and defensively. I think when not only when I'm pitching, but when anybody's pitching, it's just contagious. And when they do that behind us, that's what makes us just want to go as deep in games as we can possibly do.